Doshiteru Yokuso YouTube, and welcome to this battle on the Numazawa map. This is a classical Shogun battle today, brought to you in follow the samurai graphics. Beautiful stuff here. So today I'm playing against GSG, and this was actually a player from Clan Long. Here we are. Let's take a look at his army. Over here he's got a standard musket line of white bear infantry. He's got 4 of those. One of them is a veteran. He's placed them on the flanks, as you would expect. Over here is his general, and it appears that he is either a leadership general, because we don't see guns. Oh no, he can shoot. Okay. Over here he has a yarikachi, and this is his Parrot Gun, and they've got 45 accuracy, and you can see he has positioned his troops at the basically corner of the map. Over here he's got 2 units of cav. One is a yariki and the other is also a yariki, both with decent upgrades, and you can see he's put the upgrades in attack, and he put this one's upgrade in morale, which is weird. Anyway, let's take a look at my army. I deployed in the trees because I do have Shinobi Informer, and I saw his cannons and I was afraid for my unit's lives, but I should have the superiority in numbers. Here are my white bears. I've got 2 on this side, 2 more here. Both, all 4 are vanillas, and then more white bear here. So 1, 2, 3, so 7 total white bear, and 1 infantry to marine. And these guys are so cool. The French Marines. There they go. Alright, so that. Finally, I have my general, and then my cav contingent, which is 1 saber cav, 2 saber cav, and these are basically sort of like katana cavalry. So you can see they have a lot of melee attack, good into melee. And then over here, this unit, which is my yariki. My opponent is running the I'm not sure what it's called, the retainer that basically nerfs my charge and makes his better. But now notice what's going to happen when his better cav is going to ram into my worse cav that has a higher charge. His cav have more attack, but really, when I line my troops up like this and charge with all this huge front, I'm going to be killing a lot of his troops. So I'm actively seeking out a cav engagement because I know how I have the numeric advantage. And here he shows a sword unit. He's got the katana kachi. There they are, 15 attack. That's pretty cool. So here we are over here. I'm trying to sort of get him to attack me here, and I've even brought my general in the mix because he can shoot. And you can see now my opponent's going to start harassing with artillery barrages. 3 hits on that first attack, and he is targeting my horses, which is a smart choice on his part. Horses are bigger targets. They are easier to hit, and when you destroy 10 people in a horse unit, it will basically cripple it, but when you kill 10 people in a line infantry unit, it won't really do much. So I put all my units in loose formation, and I'm just basically going to now start running them around, and I'm not really sure if this actually does anything in terms of the artillery. I'm just thinking if I'm moving, I'm a harder target to hit, so I'm just moving my units. And he is now, he's going to land a shot right into the middle of that unit. And unfortunately, this unit of saber cav now is going to lose its horses. And every time those cannons hit, I basically it's a scary feeling, because you're like, wow, I'm pinned down. I can't really attack because he's such in a good position. So I started thinking of what was the best course of action to do, and the only thing that I can basically recommend in a situation like this is map control. You always want to control the map. My opponent has sort of barricaded himself at the edge of the map here, behind some trees, so I'm basically not going to attack him. Not in his dreams will I attack a position like that. So the best thing that I can do now is try to have him first waste his ammo, avoid me getting a lot of casualties by not running my units around. And you can see now I'm sort of running them around together to hopefully maybe hope that he can shoot somewhere else. But you can see he's just landing hits right into my unit, and just the accuracy on those things are kind of ridiculous. Some of them are hitting the trees, But I will get map control here in a minute. My dismounted saber cav did capture this building over here, which is the archery dojo. So now all my units have an increased reload skill, and now he actually hits my general and kills my general in that shot. So now I don't have a general anymore. So the challenge has just been made tougher. I'm going to move my cav into the cover of these trees here. Try to have him target my saber cav because I need my Yariki as much numbers as they can get to sort of at least try to intercept his Yariki. So at this stage, I'm like, okay, the only thing I can do is capture all 3 of these buildings and force the timer. If I don't force the timer, he'll never come out of that spot and he'll keep bombarding me. So here are these awesome looking white bears. I am capturing this building over here, which is the workshop, the sword dojo, sorry. So with the sword dojo captured and the shrine captured, I'm going to move my troops into the farmhouse and try to capture the rest of those. And I'm just going to move the remaining troops that I have into these trees and try to get them as far away from my opponent as possible. So let's go ahead and just speed things up a little bit. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to eventually transition all my troops into this big mass in the middle of the New Mizzao map. And he is going to try to seek a cavalry engagement. I'm trying to get my forces out of there as soon as I can. And stop. That was the charge that basically determined the cav fight. You can see, even though my units are hurt, and even though his units have more attack, my units routed his Yariki because of the devastating effect of my charge. So this just goes to prove that for Yariki, you always want to go for charge. Attack isn't really going to help you because they already have a charge bonus against cavalry in a cavalry engagement. So attack, those a few extra points in attack aren't really going to do much. The shock charge, the morale shock from the charge is going to do a huge difference, especially when you spread them out. And that's basically going to take care of his cavalry. He has 20 units left. My Yariki are, I think, still in the fight, yeah? Still 8 men. And he's going to charge again here, and I tried to take it, I guess. Nope. He's going to hit this unit here, and I want to keep my saber cav alive. So there we go. I still have 1 unit of saber cav here. He has a Yariki, and now I'm going to move all my units onto this big landmass. And my general unit is still shooting at his Yariki that is now sitting there stationary. And this is probably a corruption, excuse me, in the battle replay, because I'm pretty sure his cav all routed. But there you go. I guess it's not really going to matter because now they're wavering and my cav are taking blank shots into those guys. So they're going to begin routing. And now I'm going to line my saber cav, which already captured the archery dojo there. He is still taking shots. I think he was taking shots at my infantry marine with his cannons. And you can see he's already got 13 kills on those. Yeah, he's still using shrapnel shot, which is extremely effective at killing more men. So there he is. He's going to keep firing, and he's going to keep getting kills every hit. But you know, there's more shrapnel shot. So I'm going to play the game, you know. I'm going to play the game. And now I capture all 3 buildings, and now I don't think you see it in the replay, but there is basically a timer, a 10-minute timer, I think. And if I control all these buildings, my opponent basically is forced to come take one of them. If he doesn't, he would lose the fight. And so now this part of the battle, I'm just going to accelerate through it. It's basically me lining my men up and preparing for an attack. So what I do is I decide to send, I think I send my saber cav over here to the sword dojo, indeed, just in case that he sends something there. I'll be able to hold them at least momentarily until I reinforce. Over here I'm setting up the rest of my units, and eventually I'm going to actually move them up here and deny him access into this part of the map completely. And again, map control is crucial. And there you go. I'm going to begin moving my troops forward. He is still shelling my guys. I will block the roads here and this path as well with my musket troops, basically forcing him into a bottleneck of my men. And you know, this is the penalty for camping and using a Parrot Gun, an artillery piece. I am going to punish him for it. And the way I'm going to punish him for it is by complete map control. And you can see here, my men are going to be aligned. And now whatever he does, he can't win basically at this point in the fight. And I do see his Katana Kachi here, and I really want to charge at them with my Saber Cav. At least to get some use. And you can see he's trying still to use his artillery. But at this point, he can take out 3 whole units, and I'd probably still be able to win. So here he's sort of shifting his troops over to this side, and he's going to move them around here near the shore. And here are these men. They're about to run basically to their deaths unless something miraculous happens. So here we are. I'm going to realign my men just a little bit, and you can see basically what sort of idea I have is that this whole area is going to be denied. I'm going to deny him the ability to even contest this building by having my men block the road to it, and by having my men be present at this one as well. So the timer is still going at this stage, and if he doesn't attack now, he is going to be in big trouble because he's going to lose to the timer. And I'm sure he'd hate that, and I'd also hate that because I had been waiting for so long. And here it comes. You can hear shouts. These Katana Kachi are going to run across the shore, and just as they appear in range, I'm going to get unloaded on by my white bears. And look at that, already brought down to half strength. And there they go. Done. That's one unit routed. And you can see I've basically got this whole area covered. Now he's going to charge again from this side, and now I'm going to move my Saber Cav through the trees and try to do some damage. And you know, if my opponent just bombarded me and moved up and actually contested this area, he would have had a good chance. But because he did have a good cav, and he did have those cannons, and he did take out my general. But now at a point like this, it's not looking good for him. You can see his units aren't even reaching my lines. And here he just commits for just a standard charge at my units. And I guess this is a sign of him that, you know, he knows that now he can't really do anything to turn this around for himself. So the main reason I showed you this video isn't to sort of, you know, boast or anything like that, but it's just to show you how to deal with this, because I've talked to a lot of people who've been playing against artillery, and you know, they've sort of been either forced to attack or even, you know, forced to camp a certain location on the map. But that's not what you should do. My best advice is what I did here. Try to control the map. Try to force your opponent to make the decisions that you want. Sure, he's got an upper hand because he's got this cannon unit. He can shoot me for so far away, but I can also capture the buildings, and he can't really move too far away from this cannon of his. Keep that in mind, because from these Parrot Guns, sorry, because he needs to protect them with something. So that you should use that to your advantage. Use that to your advantage. Control the map, capture the buildings, force a timer, and force him off his position. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that fight. I hope you learned a little bit from it, and hope you enjoyed the nice, beautiful map. I think this is my favorite visual map, my favorite map visually here on Total War Shogun 2, just because it's so serene. I really do like it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Remember to comment if you have any concerns or questions, or comments in general. That's what the comment section is for while I'm rambling. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.